The James Webb Telescope, the space telescope that went up around December, has been impacted by large micro-meteoroid. NASA believes that we can still expect pristine images on July 12. NASA's Next Generation Space Observatory sustained its first noticeable micrometeoroid impact less than 6 months after launch, but the agency is not too concerned. The James Webb Space Telescope, also known as Webb or JWST, launched on Christmas Day, December 25, 2021. It spent the intervening months trekking out its deep space post, preparing for science observations, a complicated process that's gone remarkably smoothly. Recently, NASA said it expects to unveil the first science quality images from the telescope on July 12th. Now, the agency announced on Wednesday, June 8, that the observatory has experienced its first few impacts from tiny pieces of space debris called micro-meteoroids. But don't panic, they said. Neither the observatory's schedule nor its scientific legacy is expected to suffer from all this. They said, with Webb's mirrors exposed to space, we expected that occasional micrometeoroid impacts would gracefully degrade telescope performance over time. This is what Lee Feinberg, Webb Optical Telescope Element Manager at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, Maryland, said, saying, since launch, we have had 4 smaller, measurable micrometeoroid strikes that were consistent with expectations, and this one, more recently, that is larger than our degradation predictions assumed. The most serious of the impacts occurred between May 23rd and 25th and affected the C3 segment of the 18-piece gold-plated hexagonal primary mirror, according to the statement. All spacecraft are expected to experience and designate to withstand micrometeoroid impacts. So James Webb Telescope is no different. The observatory's engineers even suspected mirror samples to real impacts to understand how such events might affect in the mission's science. However, the recent impact was larger than those that mission personnel had modeled or could test on the ground, according to their statement. Despite the impact coming so early in the observatory's tenure, NASA officials are confident that the $10 billion telescope will still perform adequately. They said, we always knew that Webb would have to weather the space environment, which includes harsh ultraviolet light and charged particles from the sun, cosmic rays from exotic sources in the galaxy, and occasional strikes by micrometeoroids within our solar system. This is what Paul Gutierrez, Technology Deputy Project Manager at NASA Goddard, said. He said, we designed the Webb with performance margin, optical, thermal, electrical, mechanical, to ensure it can perform its ambitious science mission even after many years in space. In addition, James Webb launched with its optics in even better shape than the agency bargained for. Some micrometeoroids impacts can be predicted. For example, when a spacecraft is set to fly through a known meteor shower, personnel can maneuver James Webb optical systems into safety for these events. However, the recent impact was not part of such a meteor shower, and the statement classified it as an unavoidable chance event. After an impact occurs, engineers can individually adjust the 18 primary mirror segments on the observatory to keep the mirror as a whole finely tuned. As the James Webb team continues to evaluate the impact, NASA is focused on better understanding both the particular event and the environment that the observatory will experience throughout its mission. This telescope is orbiting with what scientists call the Earth-Sun Lagrange Point 2. That is about nearly 1 million to 1.5 million miles to that's 1.5 million kilometers away from Earth in a direction opposite the Sun. We will use this flight data to update our analysis of performance over time and also develop operational approaches to assure we maximize the imaging performance of Webb the best extent possible for many years to come, they said. This is by Megan Bartels on Life Science. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.